Well, Hugh, we've all been touched by your journey. It's relatable to me, certainly. I've known people, and I've bounced on the borderline of what you're talking about myself. In my life's journey, I'm sure the other fellas touched emotionally as well. Now, before we leave you for the moment, I'd love to know how you think and how you marry the lyrics that you are now writing to the music that you don't write, but you intuitively hear a saxophone or a guitar or an organ chords playing to the lyrics that you're writing. It's fascinating to me, and I'm sure to the guys as well. So I'd love to hear something, Hugh, if you've got anything that you've recorded. I'd love to hit the button, mate. Let us and the viewers enjoy.
I did a song about suicide because that's
Yes.
what we've been talking about. It was just to raise awareness about mental health and suicide. With the music, like I said, it was therapy, one of the therapies
Yep.
I used to help. And you know, when I go into a studio with a producer, lyrics come to my head and melodies come to my head,
Yep.
and then I sit down and I say, oh, I want piano here, I want guitar here.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, whatever feels right for me in
And
my
you
head.
talk about
then I
rhythm
sing
and chord
it.
structures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this song is one I got a singer, Justine Martin, to record for me.
Okay.
And this is the one about how families feel about someone they've lost to suicide.
Wow.
So I'll go into the studio and I'll say, this is the melody, I'll sing the melody.
Yep.
With the lyrics that I write.
Yep.
And then I'll say I want guitar, I want piano, I want violin.
Yep.
And then we'll put it down and then I'll say, yeah, I like that. And then it's just all about ear.
What's the song title?
It's called Stay.
Stay.
Yeah.
And who sings it?
Justine Martin.
Justine Martin.
Yeah,
Is it on
she's a folk
Spotify?
singer. It's on YouTube.
Yep.
But I haven't done anything about it to get it out on social media.
And did you talk to Justine in a rehearsal and say, Justine, on this lyric line or this phrasing, I want you to feel or do?
No, I just let her go with it.
Right.
And then we had a director who directed the film clip. And like the clip shows, you know, shows all kinds of people that are affected by mental health from 6 years old to 80 years old.
And the title of this Stay,
Stay.
what does that announce? What does that
It means stay, don't leave this world, stay and
Okay.
let's work it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So put the bottle down, put the pills down,
pills
pick
down.
the phone up and call someone.
Yeah, and stay. You know, like the lyric is, why did you go away?
Yeah.
And why didn't you stay? So, you know, and of course families blame themselves. You know, they ask,
do.
why did you come to us? What did I do? Didn't I listen to you? Didn't I pick up that there was something wrong? And, you know, grieving, you go through anger, you go through guilt.
It breaks a lot of families too.
Blame. Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it. I've had young teenagers. I remember one case, and I don't want to go too deeply into it because it, could identify the family, but a young girl hung herself in a wardrobe because she wasn't allowed to go out at night, just for the license that day. And as a sign of rebellion, she went and hung herself inside a wardrobe. Her grandmother found her. Now, what do you think that did to the family? Husband and wife split up, they all blamed each other. Why didn't we just listen to her? Why didn't we just do what she wanted?
I mean, hindsight's an amazing thing. And I think that's where communication and taking the time to sit down and listen to someone or talk to them. And, you know, I guess I'm not a parent, but as parents, you kind of, at the time, feel you're doing the right thing. But I really think it's important to listen to each other. And, you know, life's about compromise and sitting down and communicating. And I think that's the main thing is you've got to learn how to compromise and realise that, you know, we're all different. We've all got point of views. instead of having everything your way or my way, let's come to some common ground and try and work things out. And like in that instance, perhaps you don't want her to go out, but let's do something else. You can go out and we'll do something and try and, work around it.
Well, it didn't happen.
No.
As a result, this whole family disintegrated into the ether because of it.
Yeah.
Well, Hugh, thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
It's been a really an emotional time for all of us to hear your journey. And we, as I suggested earlier, we all connected to it in our own certain way. So I thank you for being here today. And as the title of your song suggested, just stay, mate.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
All the best, eh?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's interesting when you're talking about, in a sense, the creation process. And Vinny was talking about his apprehension and dissatisfaction with some aspects of the AI revolution, which is kind of coming.
Yeah.
And I just say, there's going to be upsides and downsides. And I'm working, for example, with a group of guys in South Australia who've now developed a technology which is a kind of online version of WeWork, where you may be the songwriter, you may be producing the lyrics, the melody, you may be an instrumentalist, whatever. But you can go on the platform and say, well, this is the song that I have, these are the words that I've written. I need a drummer, a session drummer to lay down the drum piece, and I need a lead guitarist, and putting all of these offers out online. And under the technology, you can respond and get paid either in cash or with a fraction of the royalty. And so what it means is, for the song is actually being made, it's real music, it's not AI, it's been made, but it's been made in 5 different studios around the world, each track laid one over the top of the other. And most importantly, the biggest problems for the creator is collecting the royalty. And we've just heard a beautiful song from Hugh. The prospect of him actually ever receiving a cent for that creative work historically has been very, very low. But this new technology will allow a kind of a tracing of the use of a song anywhere in the world at any time, and the collection of the royalty for the creator. So it's a kind of democratizing of the creative process. And so I just say to Vinny, I know you're not that excited, about the changes, but there's going to be ups and downs.
My only problem with AI, I appreciate what AI can do.
Yeah.
I appreciate what
Yeah.
it can do.
Yeah.
What I don't appreciate is what it can't do.
Yeah.
And what it can't do is a lot of people's jobs and their creativity is going to be put in the back burner, on the back burner.
Yeah.
And I know people with idle minds and idle hands are going to be up to no good.
Yeah.
Right?
Is the copper speaking?
This is the copper speaking, mate.
Well, all I say to you is, the ancient Stoics, who I'm a bit of a fan of, Marcus Aurelius and the boys, they would say we ought not to waste emotional energy on that group of things that we can't change. And the reality is, this wave is coming.
Yeah.
So any time we spend in sackcloth and ashes lamenting reality, in my opinion, is wasted. And what we need to do is to respond to Vinny's question and say, well, what are we going to do with all these people, right? Those in the lower skilled jobs who are going to be replaced. And it's not just the lower skilled. I mean, they say the very first target on the firing line is radiologists.
Yes.
Because, the human mind and eye studying a picture, has a certain level of expertise and skill acquired over time. But an AI engine, which has looked at 1 million pictures, can pick that original thing up very, very quickly. So the radiologist, he's going to be looking for a new job. Now the question is, for our creativity is, well, what do we do with this new abundant labour pool? And, somebody like Elon Musk would say, we've got the next wave of human civilization is one of unlimited abundance. And he would say that the levels of productivity which are going to be generated by, for example, robots, AI, other tools, is going to be so great that there's going to be abundant wealth for everybody. Now, that's his vision. Elon's a smart guy. I don't necessarily buy his entire thesis, but I respect what he has to. I haven't put a rocket into space. So I just say we ought not to fear the future. We ought to approach it with our eyes open, with realism, and we ought to throw ourselves creatively into solving the new problems it creates.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
My point is, okay, you can see this wave of technology coming towards us,
Yeah.
and an abundance of people are going to be out of work. Out of
their current work, certainly. Out of their current
so
work.
what's the new work for them?
Well,
Because
I mean-
you know what your mate Elon Musk said?
Yes.
He said a good proportion of the population, in fact 75%,
Yes.
are going to be on some type of pension,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They'll be on some type of pension,
Yeah.
and all the work will be done by AI. So everybody else is going to have all this free time,
Yeah.
you know, seemingly walking through the park with their little dogs, enjoying life and all
Yes.
its benefits. Obviously, I don't believe that for 1 second, because
Yeah.
I have,
Yeah.
for 3 decades, seen people at their worst.
Yes. When
And
they don't
the-
have something to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, unless there is something positive there, in the sense that we have found something for people to do that is
Yeah.
productive, that is satisfying, that is
Yes.
creative, or whatever.
Yeah.
While we have people who've got nothing to do, we have problems.
Well, that should be the subject of the next episode of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How are we going to fill in the time? And you know, I've got a few ideas about it, but all I know is that each generation has a task, which is to positively respond to the reality as we find it.
Yep.
And I mean, for 40,000 years, we may presume, we were getting up in the morning, and the task was pretty straightforward because we had to find calories. We had to find something
Food.
to eat.
You have to find food.
Before that, we had to resist the megafauna, the saber-toothed kangaroo, the amphibious crocodile.
Well, Tony remembers those days.
You
I do.
remember those days. Remember it well. Yeah.
I do.
He was an old hunter.
Hunter and collector.
Yeah.
Tell me this, Ross, in your brilliant mind. Fraud and AI.
Yes.
Now, I'm just a simple guy.
Yes.
What if AI
Yeah.
creates me,
Yeah.
creates an account, creates a fraudulent setup that runs through a bank, and I suddenly lose all my funds, and the bank says, well, Tone, you're kind of to blame. And I said, well, it wasn't me, it was AI. Surely you at the bank must have something in your system to know if it's me or if it's this super being AI.
Yeah. Well, look, I would say, again, there's risks, but there's also opportunities to reduce fraud
Yep.
in the emerging technologies, right? For example, if we take banking, I want to talk about banking, and frankly, I regard basically the entire banking industry as a racket.
Yeah, of course.
Okay?
Yep.
Once you say, we're going to have a 4 pillars policy, we're only going to have 4 big banks, inevitably they turn into big self-serving bureaucracies.
Collusive.
And they are collusive. But the good news, I mean, one of the green shoots in banking at the moment is what is being called tokenization, or digitization of assets, where we're finding ways to create a token of an underlying physical asset, whether it be a motor vehicle, a piece of property, or gold bullion or commodities. And if you can find a way to tokenize that asset digitally, and they're using, at the risk of introducing too much jargon, what is called the distributed blockchain. We have found ways to give you a very solid and reliable digital title to a physical asset you own. Now, once you achieve that breakthrough where you've got a title that is trusted, you can then do a range of things which are not possible now using analog and current transaction methods. For example, you can break up that title into 100 smaller bits and sell the smaller bits. So at the moment, you want to buy a house, it can basically be owned by the person whose name is on the title. But if we can tokenize that asset in a reliable way that is trusted by all users, then I can go ahead and buy that house with 50 mates. And the transaction can be done instantaneously.
Okay, well, tell me this. If I lose my identity, if
Yes.
my identity is stolen by Mr. AI,
Yeah,
and you at the bank believe this is the real Tony Bonner,
yeah,
not this one,
yeah.
where do I stand?
Well-
How do I prove
Yeah.
that the details that you have
Yeah.
were not given by me?
Yeah. Well, we've already, to some extent, there's a range of different scams currently taking place.
Yeah.
Okay, where people are impersonating. Most often, it's not the what's happening is people are impersonating the bank, not impersonating you.
The person, okay.
Yeah, that's where most of these scams take place, and in
exactly,
particular because a bank's logo is a so ubiquitous and kind of trusted thing that when you get an email which has got the Commonwealth Bank logo on the top saying, "Oh, we need you to update your account details, and send us your current bank account details or a copy of this," or whatever it is. That's where people are getting done over, and there's half a dozen different ways. But since the very beginning of time, humans have been capable of deception and attracted to it. Indeed, we're not unique in that regard. I mean, the whole of the animal kingdom, in effect, operates with a degree of deception. So, for example, the octopus it survives by being able to look like something it's not.
Yeah. And he brought up a very good point. One that is going to take a lot of debate and a lot of hard work to be able to convince people. Blockchain technology.
Yes.
If you have your identity
Yes.
in blockchain code,
Yes.
that would protect you against fraud.
Why don't we have it then?
Because a lot of people don't want that. The government tried to bring it in, and a lot of people knocked it back. So,
Yeah.
Well, Ross,
what it is, blockchain is
okay.
a unique identifier. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, no, I
It's
understand.
only unique to you. It's unique to Ross. Unique to
Yeah.
me.
But that should happen. It's our DNA.
Well, it's going to. There's a range of aspects of this technology which will not be able to be resisted.
Yeah.
And it's already the tokenization of assets is already a very rapidly growing industry and sector. It will have risks associated with it, but I actually think the risks associated with the blockchain are lower than the risks associated from having this little conglomerate of massive players acting in their own interests, very often against their customers' interests. They're slow. They're slovenly in relation to data protection. We're often spilling hundreds of thousands of email addresses, phone numbers, bank details in the current arrangement. So I'm happy to embrace the new.
Well, I'm going to leave this, Ross, while you're happy, because I love it when you're happy.
Yes,
You
good.
change.
Thank you.
You become this wonderful person, Ross,
Yes, yeah.
And Vinny needs to eat.
He needs
I
to
just
eat.
saw. I
That's
saw.
the most important
so,
thing.
Wait, I'm going to leave it right now. Thank you, Roscoe, for your informative knowledge. I'm going to feed my pal Vinny.
Yes.
And we're going to come back and talk about my little Capri. Vinny didn't bring the dog today. I missed my Capri, and she's got a new little bib now that we got her, and a water bowl. She's a little jewel, little princess Capri. So next time, she's a princess. We'll be right back.